Hello and welcome to my really good English class where we're going to talk about another, other, the other, others, and the others. The English words that everybody confuses. So what's the difference between another, other, the other, others, and the others? They all look similar, but they have completely different meanings. By the end of this lesson, you'll know exactly when to use each one, and we'll finish with a few exercises so you can test yourself. Let's get started. So the easiest way to think about them, another, one more, singular. Other, different, plural. The other, the remaining one. Others, other different people or things. And the others, all of the remaining people or things. But this is crazy. Let's look at them one by one. Another. One more, the same or similar, or an additional one. It's always singular. For example, I'd like another coffee. Can I have another slice of pizza? I want one more piece of pizza. Let's watch another film. We watched one film, but let's watch one more. She bought another dress. She has one dress. She bought one more. I'm looking for another job. I have a job. Maybe I want a different job or an extra job. Notice that the noun is always singular. Coffee, pizza, film, dress, job. Another never goes with plural nouns. Another books? No. Another book. Other, like we said, means one more or a different one. Sometimes it doesn't mean one more. For example, this pen doesn't work. Can I have another one? Not one the same. I want one that works. You don't want two pens. You want a different pen. This shirt is too small. Do you have another size? I want this shirt, but in a bigger or smaller, bigger size if it's too small. I don't like this restaurant. Let's try another place, a different restaurant. Other. Other simply means different. Unlike another, other usually comes before plural nouns or uncountable nouns. For example, other people, other countries, other students, other ideas, other books, other languages. Here's some example sentences. Other people don't agree. Different people don't agree with me. Do you have any other questions? You've asked some questions, but do you have any different questions? I'd like to visit other countries. She's talking to other students. She's talking to different students. We need other options. Different, better options, probably. Other with uncountable nouns works in exactly the same way. Other information, other advice, other furniture, other money. So what's the difference? Imagine you have one cookie. You eat it. You want one more. You have to ask, can I have another cookie? Or I'd like another cookie. Because you want one more of the same cookie. Another cookie. Now imagine there are 10 different cookies. You ask, what other flavors do you have? Which different flavors do you have of this same cookie? Another, one more, similar or the same, other, different. The other. Now this is where many students get confused. The other means the remaining one, usually when there are only two. Imagine two shoes. Well, you don't have to imagine, they're there. One shoe is black, the other shoe is white. The other one of the same thing, maybe slightly different, maybe identical. Imagine I have two sisters. One lives in Madrid, one of my sisters. The other lives in Barcelona, the other one of my sisters. There are two cafes. One is expensive, one of the cafes we're talking about. The other is cheap, the other of the two cafes we're talking about. The other can also mean the remaining thing. Back to cookies. Imagine 5 cookies. You eat 4. The other cookie is still on the plate. Not for long in my house. We're talking about the last remaining cookie, the other one from the 5. I read 3 books. 2 were amazing. The other book was boring. 2 good. The other one was boring. Others. Others replaces a plural noun. Instead of saying other people, we can say others. Some students arrived early. Others were late. Other students were late. Some people love coffee. Others prefer tea. Other people prefer tea. Notice that we don't say others people because others already replaces the noun. Okay, the last one. We're here. The others. The others means all of the remaining people or things. The others. For example, there were 6 pizzas. We ate 4. The others are in the fridge. It refers to the rest of the 6 pizzas. 10 people came to the party. 2 left early. The others stayed until midnight. It refers to the rest of a specific group, the people who came to the party. I went on a city break with my friends. Me and John went to the park and the others stayed at the hotel. It refers to the rest of my group of friends that went on the trip. So here's a quick summary. Another, singular. One more or a different one. Other, plural. Different, before plural or uncountable nouns. This is the easiest way to remember these two. Another, singular, other, plural. Practice time. Choose the correct option. Question 1. I don't like this pen. Can I have 1? Another. Question 2. Some students studied. Didn't. Other or the others, depending on the group of people we're referring to. Question 3. I have 2 cats. One is black, is white. The best answer would be the other, but we could say another. Question 4. Do you have any questions? Other. Do you have any other different questions? And question 5. I don't like this ice cream. Can I try one. Here we can say another if we're talking about a lot of options, or we can say the other one if there's only two options. Both are okay, depending on the situation. Here's the final recap. Remember these 5 ideas. Take a screenshot, write this down in your book. Another, one more or a different one, singular. Other, different, plural. The other, the remaining one. Others, different people or things. The others, all of the remaining people or things. Got it? If you can remember those 5 meanings, you've already solved one of the most common grammar problems in English. If this lesson has helped you, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below using one of the words that we've learned in this class. If you leave a comment, I'll check your sentences and I'll let you know if they're correct. Thanks for watching my really good English class, and make sure to join me for the next one.